Yo, what up, my people? It's your boy PrymEvyl, right on the Perspectives on IAMC TV Podcast. Thanks for joining us this week. We got some topics that we want to be analyzing today. We want to talk about the PDP crisis, involving Governor Wike and presidential aspirants Abubakar Atiku, and some other pertinent issues related to that. We want to also talk about the Ekweremadu, Senator Ekwerimadu's detention with the wife in relation to organ harvesting, and also we want to talk a little bit about the insecurity in Nigeria, because it's a worrisome situation that is just continue to escalate as the days go by, and it's very troubling. But to the Wike situation, as we all know, Governor Wike, who himself was a presidential aspirant for the People's Democratic Party, through some, we all know how the PDP convention went. He was not able to become the presidential flag bearer, but him and his camp, I guess they felt they had a second shot at being in the presidency come 2023, and they were hoping, words were going around that he was actually going to be the vice presidential candidate for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. But unfortunately, at the last minute, Governor Okowa of Delta State was picked, even in contrary to what a committee that was set up by the party and the presidential aspirant himself and the presidential candidate Atiku, in contrary to what the decision that they came up with to pick Wike, Atiku picked Governor Okowa of Delta State. And it has actually generated a lot of bad blood in that party. There's a lot of senators that have actually decamped from the party. People have gone to other parties, to APC, even in the same thing, in the same strength. Politicians in the APC have actually decamped, but that's another story, But Wike, he has been in Istanbul. I think he just returned a few days ago, and moves have been made by the People's Democratic Party to actually go appease Wike. Wike supporters have been calling for the dropping of Governor Okowa as the vice presidential candidate in order for them to support Atiku's candidacy. But news is going around and talks is going around, that will not be something that will be considered, And there were talks that they were also asking that the current chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Ayu, would leave the position as the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, considering the fact that he's from the north, just like the presidential candidate. But and also they feel that he's a biased chairman for him congratulating Governor Tambuwal for stepping down for Atiku, because we all know that if Tambuwal did not step down for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Wike would have more than likely won that primary. Or if Tambuwal being a loyalist to Wike and stepped down for Wike would have won. But that's why I wanted to talk about this, because a lot of times these northern politicians in Nigeria, they always try to play the ethnic card and the religious card, and that's what's been going on, and that's one of the reasons why, first of all, they put a chairman there, because it was a lot of situations, a lot of complexities to have that chairman Ayu as the chairman of the PDP, because we all have to remember PDP did not specifically zone the presidency to the south as they were supposed to do, going by their constitution. So there were a lot of intrigues that were at play. And even the chairman even said when he came on board as the chairman of PDP that he will actually step down as the chairman if the party wants, if a presidential candidate emerges from the north. But as it's unfolding now, people are not sticking to their words. They are not being truthful. You know what I mean? So it seemed like people feel like this chairman was put in place to actually scuttle the ambitions of any Southern candidate, which they were successful in doing. They come out and tell you that the primaries were successful, it was free and fair. We all know it wasn't, because there's videos that went around all over the place, that showed dollars being distributed and bags of money being distributed to people, just for them to support one candidate or the other. So, if I can put my 2 cents in all of this, that's what this show is for. We people from the South, we need to understand that the Northern people, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, because majority of them are actually in favor of a Southern or Southeastern candidate, but majority of them, when they vote along tribal lines and religious, ethnic lines and those kind of things. So a lot of them automatically going to be trying to vote for a Northern candidate. So that's why it's important that Southern candidates, especially an individual like Peter Obi, which a lot of Nigerians are clamoring for, need to continue to sensitize the electorate of the North, to let them know, because a lot of those Northern politicians, they don't mean well for their citizens, They have that born to rule mentality to continue to oppress their electorates. That's just all it is, because with statistics that's out there, with life and GDP and all of those kind of things, standards of living, you find out that those people in the North are actually behind when it comes to Southern Nigeria, but some of these politicians, Northern politicians, are some of the richest people in Nigeria. So it begs the question is, how are they so rich whereby their people are so poor? You understand what I'm saying? So we Southern politicians and Southern electorate, we need to know that these Northern politicians, they have cornered the Nigeria electorate. They take it as their own. They have that mentality that they own Nigeria, that they are the ones born to rule. And I said this, just imagine somebody like Alhaji Kwankwaso, Rabiu Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State. What he was saying, there was supposed to be an alliance between the NNPP and the Labour Party, and the whole thing fell apart from reports that we are actually getting now, that because this guy refused to step down and be vice president to Peter Obi, because even his supporters and his spokespeople have come out and said that the Southeast cannot be president, they can only be vice president, and they're sticking to that. And it's not like their candidate is actually a better option for the Nigerian people. Their candidate is not. Their candidate does not have the appeal, the mass appeal that Peter Obi has. What they are trying to do is actually feed off the popularity of Peter Obi to big up their party and to big up their campaign. But it's a good thing that the Peter Obi camp have come out. He himself have come out and said that the talks between Labour Party and the NNPP is actually dead. They're actually moving forward, picking other Northern candidates as a vice presidential candidate for Mr. Peter Obi. So we just have to realize that sensitization has to be carried out, for our Southern electorate, because a lot of our politicians right now that are in the system right now, that have been in the system, have no integrity, and I wanted advice to Governor Wike. I know, the PDP, they're trying to make peace with him for him to come support, Governor, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. If I were Wike, I know he has been saying that he would never leave the party, and he's a loyalist, he's a party man, this and that. He has supported the party. I understand all that. I mean, he was saying that based on the understanding that everything will actually be fair. There will not be no backstabbing and all of that in this party, and things will go the way it's supposed to go. He was actually expecting, that the zoning will be to the south, you know what I mean? But it didn't happen like it is. So there have been a lot of backstabbing for him. So if I were him, I would not support Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, irrespective of the fact that they're in the same party, because we as Nigerians now, we have to look beyond party. The PDP and the APC, they have not done nothing for Nigeria. So we need to look beyond party right now. Because I know he screams he's a party man, but what has the party done for him? You know what I'm saying? He needs to ask himself that. As much as he have given to the party, what has the party done for him? The party has done nil for him. If anything, they have just sucked him, because till they can't suck him no more, and they threw him away. You understand what I'm saying? But when it was time for him to reward him for all his troubles, they were unable to, they were unwilling, not even unable, they were unwilling to even give him that support, even people that he supported wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you that backstabbing that's in there among these northern politicians. You know what I mean? They have a plan. They want to continue ruling Nigeria. Even after 8 years, almost 8 years of President Buhari's government, they are actually even willing, and with all the troubles in the land, to come back and continue governing. They are not even thinking of the other people in the country, how everything has affected everybody, and it's because of their own people, from somebody from the north. So a lot of APC people left the party and went to PDP to try to support Atiku's ambition. This is again one of the things I'm saying. These people don't have no integrity. I'm saying? They want a northern person. A lot of these northern politicians right now in the system, majority of them want another northerner to come as a president. And all of them gonna, covertly or overtly, support Atiku. So that's why our southern people need to open their eyes. We need to covertly and overtly, irrespective of what political parties we are affiliated with, support the presidency of Peter Obi. We need to have him emerge. I just listened to his interview today, and every time I love listening to the guy talk, because it gives you a clear, when he explains to you about how to solve the problems of Nigeria, you that have never had any governance experience will understand what he's saying in simple terms. So we need to continue, push for the right leadership, for the right change. This revolution that is about to happen in Nigeria, it needs to take place. This political revolution needs to take place. And our southern leaders, irrespective of the party, Governor Wike, those people that feel like they have structure, they have support base, they need to do the right thing. The right thing is not doing what you think is good for your party right now. At the place the country Nigeria is at right now, the right thing is doing what will actually change the country Nigeria. We need to put the right person that has the right competence, that have the right understanding of what it takes to change this country. Mr. Peter Obi, when I listened to him talk, he spoke on the criticism he got about his trip to Egypt and all of that, and he even said that he was going to make more trips. Like these are excursions, field excursions, for him to actually immerse himself in these different projects overseas and get first-hand information of what it took for these projects to become real, to become actualized, and to be beneficial for the citizens of that country. So, that's what I think any leader should be doing. Always seeking knowledge, whatever knowledge you feel that is going to help you and advance your cause, you're always going for that. So when Nigerians were criticizing him and talking about why does he have to go to Egypt, or we have people in Nigeria, he needs to be studying. Yeah, I'm for sure he did that, which he confirmed that he has done that. So, but the system is not working. Yeah, we have it in Nigeria, but it's not working. Because if it was working, we would have gotten it right all this time. So, like he said, his reasoning for going was for him to see how they are able to make it work and we can't. You know what I'm saying? So we need a leader like that that's going to come and change the whole system. And me personally, I thank God for all the crisis that's going on in PDP and APC. Like I said, this is Perspectives on IAMC TV Podcast. This is our perspective on how we see things. We like those troubles, those turmoils that are going on. All it does is just enhances the candidacy of our Peter Obi. But again, Governor Wike of Port Harcourt, it should not be swayed in any way, man. Like I said, the party has not done anything for him. Nobody will look at him as a traitor, if he goes against the party right now and supports former Governor Peter Obi for the presidency of Nigeria. Because Wike is somebody that seems like he has the right ideas too. Before Peter Obi came into the race, because it took him long, and I always wanted him. That was who I think had the solution. But before Peter Obi declared, Wike was already there, and I was like, okay, if this is it, Wike is like the best person. So but the moment Peter Obi stepped in, I'm like, okay, this is it right here. This is it. This is not Wike anymore. So Wike needs to, everybody needs to put their pride away. Their party affiliation. Real patriots need to get down right now and work with Peter Obi, irrespective of party. There is nobody asking you to cross party lines. If you want to remain in your party and continue with the nonsense they're doing in your party, then you remain there. But right now, we need to come together and do the needful, do the things that will be required, do the work, the hard work that will be required to pull Nigeria out of this nonsense that it's in right now. You know what I mean? Let me just continue to thank the Nigerian youth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have woken up. A lot of them have seen the light. They're seeing hope. And that hope is in the person of Mr. Peter Obi. Y'all need to keep the momentum going, because Nigeria truly needs a change. You know what I mean? This political revolution is going to change the lives of everybody. You know what I mean? It's going to change Nigeria as we know it, because I truly believe in my heart, if the person of Peter Obi comes in as the president of Nigeria, you will start to see visible change in that country. Like I said, leadership is by example, and like the candidate said himself today, how he's going to fight all of this nonsense that's going on in different MDAs in Nigeria. Once you set the tone, he said it himself, once you set the tone, when they see the body language of the leadership, everybody going to follow suit. Or if you want to be in the place, if you want to be part of that government, you're going to follow suit. So I think that's what Nigeria has been missing. A government that's focused, that has vision, that has real plan. Not a government that just coming to tell you nonsense and just running the country in circles, But we're going to go to our other topic, the saga of Senator Ekweremadu and his wife, For those that are actually not familiar with this story, Senator Ekweremadu is former senator from Nigeria, former House Speaker and all of that. And his daughter Sonia is having kidney issues, that she actually requires a kidney transplant. And that's where the story starts. The senator himself, they said they went and found some kid. The senator and his camp said the kid is about 21 years old. That's what they said, because they procured a passport for this person and brought the person over to the United Kingdom. They claimed that they told the person what he was supposed to be doing, that he was going to be, donating his kidney and all of that. And when it comes to the UK, he's going to be okay. They will make him a citizen and pretty much secure his life where he doesn't have to come back to Nigeria if he doesn't need to, and he will have a good life for the rest of his life if he donates his kidney. He was told that this information was given to the boy, and he agreed, and came to the UK. When he came to the UK and the procedure was supposedly about to be carried out, it was confirmed that his kidney was not a match to the daughter of the senator, Sonia. So because of that, they could not carry out the operation. In all of this, I think during while this is going on, the boy told the doctor that he was 15 years old. I don't know if he told them he was 15 years old after he found out that he was not a match for his kidney, and the senator and his family told him they're going to take him back to his family. I don't have the whole story chronologically, but somehow it happened like that. The senator had previously told him or whatever, he's going to go back home since his kidney is not a match. And the boy went and told the securities and the authorities in the United Kingdom that he was 15 years old. So the senator and his wife were arrested at Heathrow Airport on their way. So I think they were on their way to Istanbul, Turkey, I guess to look for another donor or whatever the case may be. And they were arrested. They appeared in court and they were denied bail and remanded in jail, until their next hearing, which is July 7th, which is actually tomorrow, which we're actually going to be keeping up with, But they are remanded to them. They were denied bail because they're considered a flight risk and all of that. Why am I talking about this story? I'm talking about this story because Senator Ekweremadu was one of those, I would say he's actually still a powerful politician in Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying? He has been in position of power for a time. He was the number 4 man, the president, the vice president, and whoever else, but he was the number 4 man in the nation hierarchy of leadership, And he has been in the Senate for over 20-something years. He's been in position of power for that he can actually have made some real change in the Nigerian space, But this individual, just like his other cronies, have pretty much done nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's even sad that a Nigerian senator is even going, to seek treatment for his family overseas. All of this is because these people that were supposed to provide the needed facilities, that were supposed to be custodians for the Nigerian people of our Commonwealth, decided to do something totally different. So that's why we don't have hospitals, to be able to do this kind of operation for his daughter. Because if they have built institutions, facilities that can do kidney transplants and all of this, he won't have the need to even go to the UK to get this done. And just imagine if it was possible to do something like that in Nigeria. This whole story about him harvesting somebody's kidney will not even come into play. You would have a whole line of people that were willing to even do it. Right there in Nigeria, they would have had their choice. If this was not match, they would bring somebody else and test until they find a match. So this is some of the stupidity of our political leadership. When you think you are actually doing something to somebody, you're actually doing it to yourself. Because I always tell people, having been the richest person in the world and living in Nigeria doesn't mean anything. Because here you can secure your space, your personal space. You can have all the pleasures of life in your personal space. But the moment you come out of your gate, the reality sets in. You still have to contend with the bad road. You still have to contend with the insecurity. You still have to contend with the high price of things, the exchange rate. You just name it. You still have to contend with it. So all of this goes back to, regardless how much money you think you have, your money at the end of the day may not save you. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I feel real bad for Senator Ekwerimadu's daughter Sonia. I hope they actually find, somebody, for her to be able to donate a kidney, because it's not an easy thing to get somebody to donate their kidney to you. Even here in the United States, you have to be on a waiting list. Sometimes people are on that waiting list for years, and they're on dialysis and those kind of things just to keep them going until a suitable match is found for them. So yeah, but I know this senator was probably not trying to wait, because just like every other Nigerian politicians or people that have money, they think they can buy their way anytime. So that's the problem. It's a lesson for our politicians to continue to do the right thing. In the last show we said it, that a lot of the reason is we are having a problem in Nigeria is because we don't do the right things. We have to continue try to do the right thing. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, people are going to do wrong, but if you try and do the right thing majority of the time, trust me, things will be a lot better. And that's what we are not doing. And if you listen to people that are campaigning, let me go back to politics. Because all of these are still related to politics. If you listen to people that are campaigning for people like Atiku and all of this, people that are saying Mr. Peter Obi is not qualified, and you ask them the reason, they give you stupid reasons like, oh, he wants to cut the cost of governors. Right now, quoting former Senator Dino Melaye. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want to cut the cost of governance? When ASU is on strike, students have been at home for over 5 months now, and the government is unable to appease them, the union, the ASU union, to go back to school because of what they are asking for money. This is all big, due to finances, and why wouldn't you want to cut governors to be able to pay for the relevant things that are needed to move the country forward? So that's what I'm saying. We need to continue doing the right thing. We need to pick the right leaders that's going to change the life for us, that's going to make Nigeria a place like Singapore, a place like Dubai, and those kind of things. It's possible. We have more natural resources than some of these places that I just named. It's just the lack of leadership, lack of political will, what I'm saying, and effective management of resources that is lacking in Nigeria. What I'm saying? When a lot of these things come into play, I will put tribal and religious sentiments apart. You will see how the country will move forward and everybody will live in peace and harmony. Because the world is not waiting for us. The world is not waiting for us. The world is going by. We're in a digital age. Nigeria needs to be going towards that also. That's why we are all clamoring for a change of leadership. Somebody that will change the trajectory of where the country is going right now. Somebody that will give Nigerians the pride, to say that, yeah, I'm a Nigerian anywhere they go. A lot of Nigerians are not proud to say they're Nigerians right now. Every day is something, People talk about us Nigerians like it ain't nothing. They make fun of us. They may even make fun of the president of Nigeria in the international space. You understand what I'm saying? So all of that can be changed, when you have the right people in place that know what they are doing, that have the right vision, the right focus, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they're living their life in truth. When you have that, you will gain respect. The presidency of Peter Obi will bring respect to the average Nigerian, where they can go anywhere in the world and raise their head up high and say, yes, I'm a Nigerian. What I'm saying? But everything that's going on right now, the insecurity, all of that, the killings, all of that makes Nigerians hide their head. A lot of Nigerians are getting other countries' citizenship just because of the way the country is going. That's when most people are getting citizenship from other countries. That's not a good thing, so we need to change that. So we're going to go into insecurity right now. I wanted to touch a little bit on the insecurity of the nation. As we all know, the security situation in Nigeria is just appalling. At this point, it's just appalling, because every day is just something coming out of the news, something bad, coming out of the news. This person getting killed, that person getting killed. Over the weekend that just passed, about at least 3 priests, were kidnapped. I think the 2 priests, the priests that were kidnapped in Edo State, I think one was released, if I'm not mistaken, and there was another priest that was kidnapped in Kaduna. So it's just a lot of this nonsense that's going on. People need to open their eyes and know what's at stake. There's ethnic, like major personalities have said, there's an ethnic cleansing going on. This is not in any way a bit to scare nobody, but the facts are on the ground. The facts have been on the ground for years. But it's unfortunate that a lot of Nigerians have just chose to ignore it, even when personalities like General T.Y. Danjuma even stated it. Former President Obasanjo even stated it. Eminent personalities have said this. And a lot of Nigerians just chose to just not pay attention to it. And the presidency not doing anything since they have been in power with this current government. They have not done anything when it comes to insecurity, and everybody just sit down and just keep looking like it's okay. The Senate and the House of Representatives that was supposed to be check and balances with the executive, they are doing nothing. Like I said the last time, they are just like a rubber stamp Senate and House of Representatives for the presidency. Because what is going on in Nigeria is enough to impeach the president of Nigeria. I'm not saying go impeach him now, because it's pretty much too fucking late. But what's going on is enough to have impeached this dude. The amount of people that have died, you understand what I'm saying? It's uncalled for. I know the president cannot do everything, but if you have the right people, in place, in the position of what you need done, without tribal or religious sentiments, then it won't be a problem. But you surround yourself with Fulanis, even if the president himself doesn't have a Fulani agenda. But if the people that you have in security apparatus have Fulani agenda, they're in critical position, then that's your presidency going to come off like you are actually supporting that Fulani agenda. Because I don't want to take it that the president knows everything that happens, but he knows most of the things that's going on. At least he should. Because I'm for sure he's getting a daily security report about what's going on in Nigeria. And if he is not, then that's something that they need to have been doing since yesterday. You understand what I mean? So, but we need to upgrade our security apparatus. Our security agencies, they have to be in sync with each other. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand how we are not able to gather intelligence. We're not able to gather intelligence and be proactive. Because right now, all we are as a nation and with our security agencies is a reactive forces. We just react to situations that happen, and it's not like we even react in the right way. We react just in statements, and that's it. They just come to TV and talk nonsense, and that's it. Because if they're actually reacting the right way, at least I would say, okay, they're reacting and getting some measure of results, but they are not reacting the right way. And an example is the kidnapping of the people that were kidnapped in the Abuja Kaduna rail line that we talked about also last week. These people are still sitting in captivity on Nigerian soil. So how are the security agencies, how are they reacting appropriately? They are not reacting at all. But we need to come off of that. We need to be proactive with our security agencies and our security apparatus. Our national security should be paramount. You know what I'm saying? We just have people coming into the country with heavy weaponry. Take for example yesterday, prison in Kuje prison close to Abuja was actually attacked. People that were around that massacre said, it was like a war zone. Heavy weaponry, and some of the military people that were actually trying to defend the facility had to run because the weapons these terrorists were carrying was actually too powerful for what the Nigerian military and other security agencies that were present, what they had. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that these terrorists are able to come into our borders with these heavy military grade weapons, and they're not even been able to stop them at the borders. You know what I mean? Also, an advanced convoy of the president going to his hometown of Daura in Katsina were attacked by these bandits or terrorists, whatever you want to call them. Also, according to the story that we gathered, is that these terrorists were going down the road with some cattle and things they have rustled from communities, and they were moving these cattle and they were crossing the road. And I guess it just so happened, I don't know if it was deliberate, if they deliberately put their cattle there to actually stop the movement of the president's advanced security convoy. I don't know if that was the case, or it would just happen that they were crossing the road at the same time the convoy came in sight, and it was a gunfight, Somebody died, people were injured, and this is the presidential convoy. So what about if it just happened to be that that's the president, if it wasn't okay? So let's take it for example that it was just happenstance. They just happened to be crossing and the security was coming. So let's take it that the advanced security already cleared that area. And it's all good. And now it's the president convoy that's coming. And that was the time that the herdsmen are coming out with the cattle that they rustled. And they actually attacked the convoy with the president in it. Come on. And this is a crazy situation. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit up here and be clapping hands, but I'm glad that this is coming close to our political leadership, because we've always set up here and said these people are complicit in what's going on in Nigeria. So you averted a monster and unleash it on the people, and that monster is actually coming back for you too. That's what's happening. They don't want to fix the situation in the country. They refuse to fix the situation in the country. You know what I mean? So the situation is coming to attack them, and that's his home state. Katsina State is the home state of the president of Nigeria, and Daura is actually his hometown. You know what I'm saying? So it's in that area that this convoy was attacked. So I just gave a scenario if it was a mistake, if it just happenstance that the cattle was in the road, and if he was the president. And then if it wasn't happenstance and they were sitting and wait for the presidency, that just tells you that there's moles in the Nigerian security apparatus. Moles that is giving these people information. We always believe there are moles, That's why I say the president can do everything, even if he's not the one that is actually supporting this thing. But a lot of people around him are actually, supporting this terrorism that's going on in Nigeria. So even if the president thinks he trusts some of his cabinet members, those same cabinet members, after they discuss pertinent security issues, they're going to go back and tell these bandits and terrorists what was discussed with the presidency. You know what I mean? So this situation in Nigeria is drastic, it's worrisome, it's very troubling. There's no word to just describe it, man. You know what I'm saying? Every day is always something coming out. Governors' convoys have been attacked. The case of Governor Zulum of Borno State, the case of Governor Autumn of Benue State, and now you're having an attack on the presidential convoy. So how can an ordinary citizen of Nigeria feel like they're safe when the presidency is even being attacked? And this is the reason why last week when we talked about the Zamfara governor's request for his citizens to be armed, that's why we actually supported it, because the situation is drastic. And that's what we said when the Chief of Defense Staff, General Ekweremadu, was against that call. That's why we actually stated that, the military cannot protect the Nigerian citizens. They can't do it by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the personnel of the Nigerian military is not that strong. You know what I mean? Close to 200 million citizens. I don't think the strength of the military is even 1 million, personnel, And when you have all this infiltration and all this mold and all of this, you have a problem. So we need to really bring in a leader that's going to really restructure the country. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things the federal government should not be engaged in, and there's certain things that the state government should be engaged in. So there have to be policing at every level, and all these different levels of policing should have their own intelligence, and digital assets connected to a central database. So all over the country, when there's a criminal right here, when somebody running in another state, just like it is in the United States and other European countries, a central database for criminal activities, you know what I mean? So that way everybody are on the same page and we can address the situation that is troubling us. People, this is our perspective right here on the IAMC TV Podcast. We thank you for tuning in and checking us out. We'll be back again. Continue to join us and listen to our perspectives right here on IAMC TV Podcast. One love.